Kia ora and happy Māori New Year. Today's the first day of Matariki, marked by the first new moon following the rising of a star cluster of that name. Māori Party co-leader Tariana Turia is drawing up a members' bill to see New Zealand officially mark the occasion with annual celebrations. Anti-boy racer legislation claimed its first car-crushing victim this morning when Police Minister Anne Tolley hit the button to flatten the car of repeat offender Daniel Bryant. Although some have derided the law, Superintendent Rob Morgan says it is effective.
We've seen a reduction in the last 2 years. It's about a 16% reduction of offending, so that's encouraging.
More public servants face the axe. The Department of Corrections says 130 positions will go as part of the restructure of the National Office and some regional offices. It says frontline staff will not be affected. Minister Anne Tolley says after lengthy consultation they realised there is a lot of doubling up.
It's always sad to lose staff, but I also understand that we are doing our very best to find jobs for as many of those that have lost them as we possibly can.
ACC is back in the gun again, this time for paying employers financial incentives to get people back into the workforce. Green MP Kevin Haig has released papers showing staff who move the most people off ACC dependency get the biggest rewards.
What we end up with is staff who have an incentive to get people exited from compensation before they are ready to do so.
Minister Judith Collins says it's wrong if staff rushed claimants before they're ready, merely to get a reward. However, she believes people should be encouraged to resume working. As Justice Minister, Ms Collins is also determined to tackle cyberbullying. The Law Commission is looking at criminalising behaviour that incites suicide. Judith Collins says she'll wait for those results before deciding, but thinks a new offence could be on the way.
It's time we moved, and frankly I think this is hiding our head in the sand and saying, oh well, you know, parents will fix it. Parents don't even know about it often.
Gull has dropped its petrol prices again this morning. It was the first to drop regular gas below $2. Now 91 unleaded is $1.96 at its staffed sites or $1.93 at unmanned sites. The spokesman says falling oil prices and a steady exchange rate have helped the company pass on its savings to customers. Latest GDP figures show New Zealand's economy grew by 1.1% in the March quarter this year. Manufacturing was the largest contributor, and overall economic activity for the year ending March 2012 was up by 1.7%. New Zealand has been criticised in a report on human trafficking, which highlights forced foreign labour on fishing boats and underage girls in prostitution. The Salvation Army's Chris Fraser is the local coordinator for a new global anti-slavery network, and she agrees we need to make changes.
No country, including our country, which is somewhat geographically isolated, is now very much part and parcel of what is a growing global crime.
The Department of Labour has ordered Solid Energy to halt coal extraction at its Huntly East mine. It comes after high hazards inspectors found an accumulation of methane in a recently mined area. Solid Energy is confident operations are safe and can resume once methane management information is provided. Overseas, the Red Cross is attempting to evacuate hundreds of Syrians stranded in the battlefield of Homs. The International Committee of the Red Cross says it hopes to evacuate civilians trapped by fighting in the city and to deliver medical supplies with the help of the Syrian Arab Red Crescent. The government of Uruguay could become the first in the world to trade cannabis. It's considering a new law allowing only adults who have registered to legally buy cannabis from the government in the belief that will weaken criminal drug rings. Government income from the trade will be used to treat addicts. Those are the headlines from the team at the RVG News team. Good night.